Well, we've been around since since 2008, and in 2011 we had like first kind of hit when we made a mobile game for the App Store, and it was App of the Week in the US App Store called The Package, which was also a physics-based puzzler like Shiftlings. And since then we've made almost 30 mobile games. And now we're kind of moving, at least for our own games, into console and PC market, because we're much more focused on like the living room games, like console games and PC games, like bigger games, because we also think that mobile is getting way too saturated, and we want to make like big games, like games for the living room, basically. Yeah, I mean, Shiftlings was made in 5 days for a game jam in Norway. And that's also when we came, the prototype, yes, not the game, of course. So we came up with the idea for the theme Size Matters and made a prototype within those 5 days. And from there, we had amazing feedback, like both from people who played it and then, or just tested it. And then we went to Game Connection in San Francisco and talked to existing and new contacts, like publishers and like all the big publishers basically. And since it was kind of a game that was quite far advanced already, that of course all the publishers were interested, and also because maybe of how polished it looked, that we had a lot of interest from different sites. And in the end we decided to go with Sierra, because those were the guys that sounded the most exciting to us, and also because it was Sierra. So we kind of grew up with Sierra, so it was like a dream come true in that regard. It's still in the infants. I mean, it's really, we're still trying to catch up with the rest of Scandinavia, very much so. And luckily we have quite a lot of support from the government and the Norwegian Film Institute, NFI, that is really trying to support small companies, startups, and help them with like getting a prototype working and then go out and present it to the world, basically. But yeah, we don't have any, except for Funcom, we don't have any really big established companies here in Norway at all. And I think like a few years ago, Funcom kind of had to downsize, and that injected a lot of the talent, the game development talent, into the market again. So now we have like lots of little indie companies that have like super talented people that do really exciting stuff. But it's still like in the start, it's still starting, like it's very far behind the rest of Scandinavia. But we had like lots of games coming out this year. Just we had like Tesla Grad from Rain, we had Among the Sleep from Krillbite, which had huge success like with their Kickstarter. So then of course we have Dreamfall Chapters from Red Thread Games, which is ex-Funcom people, which is also super exciting, and lots of other indie studios, small studios who just start making their games. Sarepta with Shadow Puppeteer. So it's actually super exciting to be in Norway right now. I think it's really super exciting, and lots of cool little game studios. Yeah, well, in regards to the fart, I don't know, it's like, it's just one fart actually basically in the game, which is the one in the cutscene that you see. So we have this hook now that we're basically the fart game, which is not, which is really not true actually. It's kind of a fun hook, but it's really not true. It's kind of like the media just kind of used that, which is, I guess, fine by us as well. But on the other hand, I think it was very important for us to make a light-hearted fun game, because we were inspired by Ratchet and Clank and Crash Bandicoot and like those old school games that have like these tongue-in-cheek approaches, and or like, I mean, that sounds a bit very ambitious, but if you think about Pixar movies that have like, they're fun for everyone, but they have like those jokes that only like older audience actually understands, and that's something that we try to do with Shiftlings as well. And we think because I enjoy that very much, and I think everyone in the team enjoys that. Yeah. So that's something that was very important for us, to have like this double aspect. The thing is, I mean, the theme of size matters, and then we came up with, you have 2 characters with where you shift the size, and I think from the moment that you say you have 2 characters, it automatically also lends itself to 2 players. And I think that was always the initial thought. It should be a co-op game, but we wanted to make sure it can also be played on your own, so you don't just have a game that you can only play on your like with 2 players. Yeah. So I think there was nothing. It was just the size, or not the size, the theme that actually lent itself perfectly for a co-op game. Yeah. So from the start, it was 2 players or 2 characters. Okay, you have 2 players.
I think that we have talked about it earlier, that we like the fact that parents can play with the kids, for example. But we have tested, we have watched people play this, and it fits everyone. Parents and kids and.
Yeah, and it's just the interaction, to see the interaction between people. It's just that they actually play a game with each other, an actual co-op game that you have to work with each other. You have to communicate with each other, and that's something that is really, I think it's really cool to see as well. If you actually see player interact and create memories together, kind of like, it's like, oh, do you remember when you just killed me, or like things like this. And I personally really enjoy that, to see those feelings and those reactions in people.
In Shiftlings it's a proper co-op, because you have to cooperate. You can't beat the level if you don't.
You won't be able to.
It's not like 2 players are running through the level. You have to work together to get through it, and that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I guess
so.
Yeah, I think it's best if you actually play with someone that you know. I'm guessing that playing with a random player is going to be very challenging.
And I think you make sure you have chat enabled.
Definitely.
Yeah, because you have to communicate somehow, and that's the only way.
Yeah.
I guess.
So it's like, it's going to be definitely challenging, especially if you get matched with a random player that just trolls you, basically. Doesn't even want to. I mean, that's an opportunity. That's a possibility. Yeah. And I think that's still like level progression and find challenging puzzles. I guess the whole frustration.
When we have designed probably 150 levels.
Yeah.
But because you have to, it's challenging to get them right. You want to, there's some core mechanics, switching size, pulling over by the hose and stuff like that. And that's the core mechanics. So you want to put that in all levels. Yeah. But then you want to also add more mechanics so that you can have the progression. But I guess maybe that's designing the levels and try to not get them too frustrating at the end.
And get a proper progression running as well, from the first to like the 5th world and through all those 50+ levels.
Yeah, the way we work is we kind of gray box levels first, and then we give them to Henning, and he polish them up and make them pretty. But we have had quite a few levels that he have finished arting, and then we have to thrown away, or we need to move this to another world, and then you have to redo everything like graphics wise. So yeah.
And I kind of think that's something you could polish and change and try to make better and better and better forever. Yeah. And it's just the point where you have to say, okay, I think now I think it's okay now. I don't know, because I don't think you could ever get that perfect. It's very scary, because you also you totally lose the distance to the game, or you can't judge it anymore after so long. So it's like, I don't know, I don't think we will ever relax, and we will always see things that we could have done better, either art or the game design or mechanics wise, or I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be relaxed about it. The game. A Nintendo game? No.
I think we really like this. The colorful, the humorous, like the humor we have in Shiftlings. I think maybe the next game will be something similar but different.
Yeah. Basically, what we want to do is what we already kind of work with is more storytelling type game. I mean, it's going to be an adventure platform, but 3D most probably. Well, that's one of the projects. We have several projects in mind, and maybe a bit of storytelling. Or then on the other thing is like something completely like a fighting type game. That's the other thing that we have. So it's definitely not going to be a physics problem. It's going to be something different. It will definitely be quirky and colorful, though, for sure.
Peggy 12.